Hello everyone. In this video, I will demonstrate how to access the electronic version of eIFRS using the IAAER website. IAAER stands for International Association for Accounting, Education, and Research, and the website address is www.iaaer.org. You need to register for access to the electronic version of eIFRS. Once you've completed the registration process, you would then sign in, which I'm going to do now. I signed in on a previous attempt, so I have the notification given to me at the top of the screen that I'm already signed in. So the next step is to directly access the electronic version of eIFRS, which I'm going to do by clicking Go in the maroon rectangle in the bottom center of the screen. So now I'm brought to the main page for the electronic version of eIFRS. Let's suppose that I need to research the eIFRS standard on leases. The eIFRS standard on leases is eIFRS 16, so I'm going to type that into the search box. If I didn't know the actual number of the standard, I could just type in a keyword like leases and search for the standard that way. So the result of the search brings up many different documents, in fact 1,462 search results. So let's look at the first three search results. I want to look at the standard directly, right? The actual text of the standard. So I need to know which document to access. So let's look at the keywords that appear in the search results. So for the first search result, there are keywords in capital letters, basis for conclusions. So that document describes the decision process that eIFRS was engaged in crafting the standard. So it's not going to give you the actual text of the standard itself. It just talks about the decision process as to how eIFRS ended up crafting the standard. The next search result has the keyword illustrative examples in capital letters. So this is implementation guidance given certain scenarios, and this helps people to apply the standard, but it doesn't give you the actual text of the standard. The third entry from the top provides the actual text of the standard, so let's take a look at that text. There's a brief introduction regarding the standard and a table of contents giving the details. Let's suppose that I need to learn more about sale-leaseback transactions and how they are accounted for in eIFRS. From the table of contents, we see that the relevant paragraph is paragraph 98, so there are paragraphs 98 through 103, which discuss the sale and leaseback portion of the standard. So I'm going to navigate to that area of the text of the standard. So here we have arrived at sale and leaseback transactions, and on the left you see the number 98. So that's paragraph 98 where the description of sale and leaseback transactions begin. You can see that the disclosure that is given is quite brief. There are only paragraphs 98 through 103. So you might be wondering how to apply the standard concretely. What kind of journal entries need to be made, for example. To figure that out, you would need to go to the document that provides illustrative examples, which I mentioned earlier. So that's the second entry from the top. And that document provides illustrative examples, so let's click on that. So there's a table of contents with various examples that are shown. So example 24 corresponds to sale and leaseback transactions. So I'm going to go to that example, which is at the end of the document. So in example 24, there's information as to a sale and leaseback transaction and how to account for it. So we can see that journal entries are given as part of the illustrative example. So these illustrative examples are quite helpful in terms of enabling accountants to figure out how to actually apply a standard in a given situation. All right, let's go back to the main search results. So you see references to Blue Book for the first 3 entries, and then Red Book. So all of the eIFRS standards are contained in these books. The terms Blue Book and Red Book refer to the time frames in which the updated standards have been published. So eIFRS Blue Book is published in December of each year, so it includes the full text of all the standards that have an application date of January 1st of that year only. The Red Book is published in March of each year, and it includes the full text of all the standards as of January 1, regardless of application date, and so it includes standards that have a later application date. There's also a Green Book that's published in September of each year. So that's what the books refer to. The different colors refer to different publication times. So with this information, you should be able to research various standards in the eIFRS domain.